Hey y'all, what's up? Your girl Crystal here with Yoshi, with my girl Yoshi, and she is with me here in Peru. We moved to Peru last week, and I've been getting lots of questions on how I accomplished that, so let's get into it, shall we? This go round of me moving abroad, round 3 for me, I just knew that my girl Do you need some more food or not? Hold on. Alright, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted, but I just knew this go around of going abroad, there was no way, no chance in any kind of world that I was not bringing my little girl with me. I had done 2 years abroad in Dubai already. I had done 5 months of being in Peru without her already. No. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I'm done. Seeing me pack up a suitcase and put it in a car caused her so much anxiety for these past few years. And even when I was packing up this go around, even though I kept telling her over and over and over again that she was coming back with me, she was not feeling it. She was not okay with it whatsoever. So, you know, I had to do the best thing and bring her with me, even if that was going to take me time and money and peace of mind, which it certainly did. Before I even came back to the States, I was already doing research on how to bring her over to Peru with me whenever I eventually came back. So I flew home into December for the end of the school year. It was technically our summer break. So I went home in North Carolina in the States and immediately got on it because I only had a month and a half roughly of being home and to get everything together before I flew back. I have my flight booked or anything, but I did know that I wanted to leave the first week of February because I have to go back to work starting next week, mid-February. I wanted to give her some adjustment time with just and me some adjustment time, just us two together, to figure out how life is gonna be like before I started work and got into my real deal schedule. So the first thing I did was call Yoshi's vet, the vet that she has been at her entire life. We straight up asked him, I was like, hey, do you guys do health certificate forms? Because I knew that that was going to be the main thing that Yoshi needed in order to get across the border. Thank goodness they did. Hey, yes, they took care of her, and I'm going to definitely write a review for her vet because it was simply amazing. They knew everything to do. They scheduled me out, made sure that the schedules was right for her appointments. She had to get some vaccinations. Specifically for Peru, she needed to get her rabies updated. She needed different other dewormings. She needed I'm gonna have to put it up on here on this side somewhere, but she had to get all her shots, and because she's just a tiny little puppet, she's just a tiny little thing, we had to spread out her vaccinations as well. Another thing, the health certificate, it had to be sent out and returned back to us within 10 days of travel. My vet is so wonderful. She had actually just filled out a health certificate form for a client that went to France, as well as another one that went to Latin America. They already knew what to do, and so I was just in good hands, and I just made sure that I booked those appointments and swiped that credit card because whoo, okay. I'm so happy that she has been microchipped before. I'm so glad that she had also been neutered before or spayed before. It was just because those extra costs that I would have had to have on top of what I had already had to pay. So all of her vaccinations, to get them updated, that was a good $600 to get all of her stuff updated. And then the second appointment for seeing the doctor, as well as their health certificate, as well as the deworming medicine and medication, $500 some. So I already had to drop, I had to drop $1,100 on my girl, just to get the forms and just to get the things checked off of what she needed. So if you ain't got those funds, save now. It was also a little touch and go with those 10 days, like I said, because of the fact that once our vet sends the paperwork digitally to the USDA, and as well as the whatever country migration or agricultural consult or whatever, once it's sent out, my vet has no say and no way of knowing when I will be getting those forms back and returned to me. So that's why it was a little nerve-wracking. Me and paperwork, that is paperwork, and the bureaucracy of it all is moving abroad. That is a major portion of living abroad, and having a pet is no different. So once it was sent off, we were just hoping and praying that it would be back within the 10 days and within the flight, because by that time I went ahead and booked my flight for the 4th, because on the 5th of a Friday, my mom was not going to be in town, and so I knew I was going to bring a lot of stuff back with me. So I needed to make sure that I had somebody that could take us to the airport and knew the ways, since my mom worked at the airport for 7 years. So she knew kind of what I needed to know, especially with bringing an animal that was totally off my game, totally something completely different than what I'm used to. So yeah, that was helpful. But I booked that flight, and then we sent off. I had the appointment on the Tuesday. The Monday before was supposed to be my appointment day, because that was 10 exact days. But with the ice and snowstorm that happened in North Carolina, they weren't even open on Monday, so we had to push it back a day further, which wasn't anything crazy, but really one day can make or break you getting the paperwork in and you having to move your flight back or having to leave without your pet. And I did not want to have that. So anxiety definitely ran high in those moments, but to God be the glory, because my health certificate and her health form came back in 3 days. 3 days. My vet literally said, Dr. Stoltz, shout out to her, literally said that has never, ever happened in her career of sending health certificates. None of them have ever came back, fully done, fully checked, fully everything to go, ready in 3 days.
I have very good news. I have all of your paperwork ready for you. So the USDA was super efficient this time. I don't think I've ever said those words in that relationship before.
So yeah, once I got the paperwork done, it was just me getting my stuff together and packing up, and yeah, that was already quite a lot. So I'm going to spare you some of those details, and we'll probably be in a video later on. This is just about this little thing right here. Since I had a dog, I could not check in online, so I had to go into the airport and check in and drop all my baggage and all that stuff then. Since they had to check all my health forms, they had to check her latest rabies, and on the form, the health certificate form, it did have to say that she was in good health. It couldn't just be a form that was signed. Those words, this dog is able to travel and is in good health, that had to be somewhere written in there, because that was really the only sentence that they cared about at the desk to help us out and get checked in. Please make sure that you check your airlines and see if they are going to allow you to even fly. I had first checked with American because I knew I was going to have a lot of bags, and American, the last time I flew with them, I only had to pay $35 extra for extra bags. So I checked with American first, even though I normally don't fly with them. Y'all, they wouldn't even let me book the flight with her, period, at all. Since Peru is a high-risk rabies country, the airline would not let me do a round-trip flight with her. It just was not. They apologized, but they were like, nah. So next, we went to Delta. I'm already a SkyMiles member anyway. I kind of wanted to do Delta. I just didn't want to pay for all these extra bags, but again, this isn't about the bags and that. It's about her. Shout out to Delta. They were able to let me book the trip to and from. Also, did I say I had to pay $200 for her to be in the cabin because since she is so small, she was only 4.8 pounds or 2.1 kilograms. So she was able to be in the cabin with me, which was amazing. So glad about that because, yeah, that would have been, I don't know if I could have done that, not see her the entire time, even though it was anxiety driven for her and for myself. It was still nice to see each other, you know, and she's not like, where in the world am I? So that definitely helped a lot. And y'all, the flight attendants, amazing. They knew that I was a little worried. They knew that she was a little worried. She is not even a car girl. She doesn't even like car rides. So being in the plane and her whining on and off, even though she was whining on and off, I'm so proud of her. And at some point, like, the flight attendants were like, just take her out. That they asked the people around me if they were cool with having a little pupper sit on my lap for a little while so that she would calm down, because she did whine quite a bit in the carrier. But yeah, they were awesome. They let me just sit and hold her for about an hour of the trip. It helped me, it helped her. Everyone was just like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet, she's so cute, and she was just loved. So that really helps. The girl that's up beside me, actually, shout out to you, Julie. Hey, girl. As soon as I sat Yoshi down in my seat in her carrier, she was like, yes, this is like the best travel day ever. She was like, honestly, I don't mind the whining at all. She even held Yoshi for a little while I went to take a nap. While I took a little snooze, and she was crying a little bit. So shout out to Julia. She held Yoshi for a while so that she can calm down while I slept. Everything else was just great too. They were just so sweet. The people around me wanted to pet her, wanted to love her, had no worries, even though the whining was there. And it was just embarrassing for me, like, that people around me just made it known that it was completely okay. One woman beside me even said, I'd rather have a whining, super cute dog in my area than a crying baby. So valid. But really, yeah, she did okay. She went to potty in the pet relief area in Atlanta. Was proud of her for doing that, because it just smelled like straight up dog, because she was like, there was no dogs in there, but like it was just so many smells for her, and she was just like, what is going on? But yeah, she did super well. She was crate trained as a puppy, so she's okay with going long hours without using the bathroom. So she did absolutely amazing between Atlanta and to getting through custom. Anyway, so between getting on the plane from Atlanta when she last used the restroom to getting through customs and getting our bags and getting to the parking lot waiting for my ride to pick us up, that was about 11 hours or so, and she held it. And I am once again so proud of that little thing. That's my girl. You're my girl, Yoshi. You're my girl. You're my girl. I'm so happy you're here. She's in Peru, y'all. Since then, being in Peru and around Lima, she's been great. I was so nervous about her being a big house backyard dog and going into becoming an apartment dog. But like I said, this adjustment period, I was really looking forward to this adjustment period, and I knew that this was important and I wanted to get here before I started work again next week, just so I can, like I said, make some time for her and we explore some areas and she get used to her new lifestyle that's about to happen. I can't just open the door and she go run outside for 10-15 minutes at a time, you know. So it's also, I mean, myself, I've been walking more, I've been active more. It's summertime, so it feels amazing out here. So our walks are long and she gets about 3 a day, sometimes 4 if I can't sleep at night and it's like 11 or midnight, and might as well go ahead and take her out one last time. But yeah, we do like at least three 30 plus minute long walks, and she's been great. And Lima is a dog friendly city. Everyone has dogs and everyone loves dogs, and she's gotten so many compliments and so many people that have come up to her, and even little dogs. She's made some friends, and I'm just excited for this new journey with my girl Yoshi. It feels like real this time. Like, even though this is number 3 and I've done this, lived abroad 3 times already, I've never done it with my little girl, and I've never done it with my dog, and it just makes me feel so happy to be here. And I'm moving apartments in August, but I just cannot wait to find a place that she is going to love even more. And she's doing so great, so yay. Yeah, we'll see how things go for her and go for us. And we're in Peru, and it was touch and go there, but at the same time, cost, you know, peace of mind and time. Those 3 things, once you get over those things, then you're just excited to have your little thing with you. And I think it's worth it. It's gonna ask me again how I feel once I start work, and then I'm gonna be leaving her for long periods of time during the day, but I think she's gonna be okay, and I think we're both gonna be okay. And I think Peru is going to be a great home for us for these next few years. So exciting! Alrighty guys, see ya!